I have finished another 100 dungeon, and this time around is TBC dungeon, the Steam Vault. And I'm gonna do it one more time where I show you guys how you do it, and also I'm gonna show you guys what loot I've kept from this place. Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back for another video. As you heard, it's TBC dungeon, the Steam Vault, and I'm right outside the entrance here. But before we actually go into the dungeon, I'm gonna show you where you locate this dungeon, or where this dungeon is located, as I always do. So this one here is in Outland, is in Sungamarsh, I think it's pronounced. And then it's up here, and you can see there's 3 dungeons and 1 raid in this place. And how you actually get to it, because you can't just fly to it on the map here. You won't be able to reach it. You have to go into the middle of this big structure outside. There's a big beam coming from the, well, from the water, I guess, up into the sky. So you won't be able to miss it. You swim down into the pipe, and at the end of the pipe, you're going to go, or you're going to get here in this little lake-ish thingy here. And then it's on the left side of the raid. The raid is right there. And then it's the first one on the left. So not the far left, but the left next to the raid. So let's jump into it. Let's do the route, or let's do the dungeon. It's pretty simple. It's pretty fast. There's not much to it. There is, however, a little trick you need to remember. Otherwise, you will be wasting a lot of time, but I'll get to that. But as I said, it's pretty quick. I don't even use my Barrett Tower for this particular guide, because it's not needed. I do run pretty fast though, so I do have a speed set. If you don't have it, you might be spending the 6 minutes per run, which is fine, because you can do 10 runs per hour, so 6 minutes per run is an hour, which is fine. But if you do have a speed set, you will definitely be able to hit it within like 4 minutes. I think I should spend on it 4.5 minutes. So it's pretty fast, and I do not even use my dream walk to get in and out. And there's one particular good reason for it, actually. First of all, it's pretty easy to run out, and it's pretty fast to just run out, which is what I do. But also, if you dream walk when you are inside the instance, you will, once you dream walk back to the instance, usually you will get to the entrance, or like just outside the entrance, but not here. You'll actually spawn out here somewhere in a graveyard, and then you have to fly all the way back in, which is pretty annoying. So I always run out and then dream walk, because then I will be at the beginning when I dream walk back here. But yeah, besides being quite fast, quite easy to do, why would you do this? Well, you already seen here a few times now, or this is the second mining I do. You can get a bunch of materials in here. So even though you're not getting transmog pieces, which is, well, you do get some transmog pieces in TBC dungeons, but some of them are really bad, and not all of the transmogs in here are actually worth it. So you, in this dungeon in particular, which is one of the better ones, you actually do get a bunch of material, which I'm of course going to show you at the very end. But here, before I actually go any further, here's the trick. You have to press this one, and there's actually 2 of them, one with this boss and one with the next boss, because it opens the door to the last boss up here. And if you don't click them, you'll have to run back and kill and click them, and then you can kill the last room, or the last boss as well. And I've forgotten those quite a bit. So make sure you click them. It's gonna save you a bunch of time, and you don't have to run back to them. But yeah, as I said, there's a bunch of materials. There's 4 minings in here every single time. And you can get fel iron deposits, you can get anamentite deposits, but you can also get corium vein, which is obviously the big mining in, well, TBC content in Outland. I don't know if you're going to get any here, but you have 4 potential chances of getting a corium vein in each dungeon. I actually managed to get 2 corium vein in 1 dungeon, which is pretty good. So even though you're not making a bunch of gold on transmog pieces, here's the second one, by the way, you are still making a decent amount of gold on just materials. Not only are the minings here, but you're also going to get 4 primals. Well, you're going to get the motes, and then you can turn them into primals as soon as you have 10. But you're going to get primal life, you're going to get primal water, you're going to get primal earth, and primal fire. So there's 4 primals in this dungeon to be gathered, which is pretty good. You can see, of course, at the end when I'm showing the loot. And besides that, there's also the same with the the underbook, you're gonna get less of them here, but there are a particular flower that is used to gain reputation here in Outland or in TBC content, which you're also gonna get a few of here. Not as good as the underbook one, not at all, not even close actually, but you are still getting them. So they are, you can still make some money on those as well. So there's a lot of materials in here. Not that many transmog pieces though. As this was the last boss, you can see the gate was open because I've remembered to click those, and then I actually just sprint out. Obviously just right down here, so you just sprint out and exit, and then once you are outside, you can then dream walk. I'm just gonna do it now because it's not really, there's nothing to show here and just me running out. But make sure you dream walk when you actually are outside. Also, because you can't really sell when you go outside the instance here, so you will have to dream walk and then mount up and be able to sell. So we are here in the dream walk. Emerald dream walk as always. I'm gonna sell what I looted here this time around, and then we're gonna talk about the loot that I have decided to keep, which is right here. As you can see at the bottom here, a bunch of materials as I told you about. Wow. We have the fell iron ore, which is 3k a stack, so there's like 9k there. These are pretty low at the moment, but the adamantite ores, only what, 600 gold a piece or a stack, so that's not really that good. We have these Ethereum, yeah, I guess, ores, which is 6k for 80, and then we have the corium ores, which is a 10k as well, or this was 6k and this is 10k. So decent amount in just minings here. And then these are the flowers that I was talking about. There's 2k in these. Not that big of a deal, but if you do the underbook, you also get a lot of these. And I've sold all of mine from the last underbook that I did, so they definitely sell. And you will get a few of them here as well, so make sure you keep those. And I got some essence of water as well. Not the big a deal, it's only 1k. And then all the primals, as you can see here, you're gonna get most of them as primal water. I actually got a few more here. But yeah, I got 76 primal water, which is 11.5. Got 12 primal fire, which is about 5k. I got 25 primal life, which is about 5k as well. And then I got 42 actually. Primal earth was about 1k. So all in all, in materials, you are going to make gold. You can see that I don't have that much transmog, so you are still making a decent amount of gold on just materials if you don't get what you actually after. Because what you actually want to get from TBC dungeons is the world drop BUEs, epics, like either weapons or just like armor pieces, which you obviously sell for transmog, but also the plans and patterns for like blacksmithing, leatherworking, and tailoring and stuff, because engineering as well. But those are actually the big ticket items. What I do with them though is I tend to learn them and then craft the piece that you obviously learn, because then you can sell that as a transmog. But you can also, of course, sell the recipe yourself, but that is just a one-time where you can craft as many as you want. So if you want to continue doing something like this, you can obviously craft them long into the future and make gold every time you sell one of them. But the transmog pieces that I've kept from this particular place is 5 of these nether steel swords, which is 1.5. They're pretty well, the quality of the sword is pretty bad, I guess. It's an old transmog piece, so it doesn't have much details on him, but it's pretty good sell rate, 0.02, 1.5. I've got 5 of them, so that's fine. We got a bow here, which is only 900 gold. I think it was actually a little bit higher when I actually received it, but bows tend to do sell. It's pretty cool looking bow, I would say, like very well, standard. We got a crossbow here, which is only 500 gold right now, but the market value is 3.1. So hopefully that will sell as well. I'll go a little bit up in price. Again, weapons on bows at least tend to do sell, so that's why I'm keeping these. Besides this, there wasn't actually much else. I did get like some white hoodie and like golden chest piece and like blue like rare leggings, but which had very good sell rate. Some of them had like 0.06 or 0.08, which is really good, but they were like 6 gold, 20 gold, 30 gold. They were really low in price, but make sure you keep an eye out for those pieces because they might be higher valued on your server. On my server, they were not worth it, but they might be on your server because the sell rate on them was mental. Not the price though, so on my server, not worth it. Or I couldn't be bothered at least. Besides the transmog, I got a few recipes, nothing too interesting, because most of them are gel crafting, and I don't expect gel crafting to do quite well. Nobody's really crafting these gems. It's not like transmog. Transmog you can obviously, well, it's a set you can transmog into, but gel crafting gems is not really, you don't really use them, so it's only for people who want to collect and have every recipes in the game. So they might sell, I don't know. But I got 2 of these. I think there's they're right here next to each other, which is 1.8, 0.01 sell rate, so nothing nothing interesting about them. We got a ring recipe for gel crafting as well, only 877 gold. We have another gem here, which is 4.5, and then we have one necklace here, which is 1.1. So nothing too interesting. I got a engineering one here, which is a little bit more interesting because it's engineering. You can actually, well, these have an effect that you can play around with once you actually learned it or use it. But only 2k for this one particular one, which is pretty annoying. But the market value is 4.3, so hopefully it can go up in value again. And then I got this one here, which is a haste potion for alchemy, which is only almost 4k, 3.7, 3.8 almost. Nothing too interesting. As you can see, the whole clean out or the whole run, all the loot that I've got from this place is nothing too interesting. Is like, I mean, the materials is the most interesting there because you are actually going to be able to sell these. I don't even know about any of these, but pretty bad for transmog, pretty bad in total value, which is coming there. Only 102,000 gold, and most of it is actually in the materials. So pretty bad 100 runs this time around, which is a bit disappointing. Hopefully the next one will be better. Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty bad. It's really actually pretty bad. Obviously the materials I'm going to use for my crafted items, so hopefully that will just make me more profit instead of actually having to buy it from the auction house. But in all, 100 runs, 102,000, that is like 1k a run, and then, like, materials is really bad. Yeah, nothing more to say about that actually. So hopefully enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Also come over and follow me on Twitch. I do live streams over there, and yeah, hopefully the next one is a lot better. But we'll see you next time. Goodbye.